Yes, yes, yes.
Just a minute.
Mhm.
Yes. So today we are going to learn some different openings.
Mhm.
Defenses basically. Alakhan's defense and King's Indian defense.
Okay.
Yes. So the main thing is that we do not want to, get too much thinking about the opening and analyzing too much and thinking
Yeah,
that
sure.
we have to play it only. It is just a, it is just to know, and it is to know by the heart, right? We just
Yes, of course.
go through it and not put too much, thinking into it.
Yeah, sure. I'll
Because if
understand.
yeah, if we try to learn it in just one go, it will only create pressure and we will not learn anything. That's one
Mhm.
thing. So we have to go it over multiple times to really understand a single concept. All right. So
Okay, cause yeah, sure.
d4 comes, opponent plays d4. The idea for the king's Indian defense is that knight f6.
Mhm.
Now, whatever the opponent does, we have to follow the sequence only, this sequence. Knight f6,
Yes.
g6, bishop
Mhm.
g7, then castle.
Yeah.
So now the main line, he will likely go like c4, knight f3, e3. And then in all these lines, you have to go g6.
Mhm.
So this knight c3, bishop g7, and then he can go for e4 because he has put his knight on c.
Yes, God.
Or he can just go knight f3 and wait. So e4, and then we just castle here. So this is King's Indian defense normal variation.
Mhm.
And now the main threat is e5 line, which the white.
So we shall play D6, right?
No, it's white.
Or why to play? Okay.
We could play d6 here
Mhm.
to stop e5, and that
Mhm.
would again be the King's Indian defense. But instead of d6, we went straight to castle,
Mhm.
and we allowed white to play e5, and he will definitely play e5. And now the idea is knight will just go back on e8.
Oh,
And if we analyze, the position is just equal.
yes.
So now the lines are here like he can go with knight f3, and he can also push f4 to create major center with the pawn, and bishop c3, bishop e4, and bishop g5 also. So there are many options here for white. So let's talk about the main concept here, that white builds a center and tries to build a strong center by playing f4.
Mm.
This is strong center.
Yes.
And now we have developed our king side totally, and we really want to develop the queen side, which is only possible when we try to break the center.
Mhm. Okay.
So the idea for the black here is that black first castles and develops the king side and then attacks in the center. So right now the move is d6. Correct.
D6.
So we want to break the center and take an equal position, right?
Yeah,
Now
sure.
we will learn this opening without the help of engine, because engine's work is only to confuse us because he is not a teacher, right?
Yes, of course.
So he will not give us answer rather than more and more questions where we will just like Mikhail Tal, he will just take us to a deep down forest and leave us there.
Yeah.
So just a second. So now we played d6 to attack in the center. Now it's not a problem for white, because if we take it, he can
He can
take it with,
recapture it. Yeah.
with either pawn d4 or f4,
Hmm.
and it's not a problem for him. So he will just try to develop the knight here or bishop d3. Now,
Yes.
what do we do? So first of all, we know that this bishop is developed for this diagonal, right? We do not want any more development for this bishop. And after playing d6, this bishop is kind of activated. We can always put this in here, 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 right? Anywhere. Now the problem is for these two knights for black.
Yeah.
These two guys are just undeveloped, and we are not sure we want to develop the knight here or here. And so the first problem is we have that these two knights undeveloped, and the second problem is we don't have enough space,
Enough space. Yeah, sure. This
because
position
white,
looks scary because we don't have any space and white is like occupying
absolutely.
everything. Yeah.
But there are some compensations.
Mm-hmm.
There's some compensation, that is, first the king is in center. That's
No,
one thing. And
our
white,
king is castled. Yeah.
our king is totally castled. This diagonal is open for black, which can create some kind of pressure, like this. Queen can come here and like this. So this is something. Second thing, the king is in center. The diagonals are open. And if you are concerned about the center, we are easily going to break it because we have equal numbers of pawns. So no worries. Now knight goes on f3, and now we want to capture the center. We want to get space and develop the knights. That's what we want here right now, because the game is equal. So let's take this, and he will take it back. Suppose with d4, he has to take it back. Now d4 is just winning for us, as you can see, 0.5 minus 0.5. It means
Yeah.
that black's position is quite better. So what we can do is we want to keep the king in the center, so we can start trading the pieces, like queen goes here, and this creates the pressure on the white kings to stay in the center, because he's now forced to play the most, like he has to take back the queen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So obviously he cannot take with the king, because if he takes it, then he just lost his castling right, and now we can just go with the development and all, and start
Yeah.
attacking the pieces. The king will stay in the center.
Mm-hmm.
So he will take with the knight
Right.
to keep the castling right with himself. Now, what we do after this move? Okay, the queens are off the board. We can develop the knight here. That's one thing. We can develop the bishop here. That's second thing. And the third the problem is with this knight. Where do we want to put this knight? And the main question is, how are we going to break this rest of the center? This is half broken center, but this is quite solid for white still.
Yeah,
And
sure.
we want to just break this one also. All right. One more thing, that this bishop is a dragon. One thing. Because when you keep a bishop on this diagonal, b2, and this diagonal, the bishop becomes a dragon. How? Because one thing is that bishop is protected by the king. That's one thing.
Yeah.
Bishop is playing a very good role in defending the king side. That's
Mm-hmm.
second part. Third is bishop is controlling this diagonal, which is very weak for white, because there is no defense, solid defense for the rook. The rook is on the target. Fourth thing is that the bishop is also attacking the b2 pawn, right?
Yeah.
So the bishops on this square and this square becomes a dragon. When the knight is in the center, it becomes a monster knight. Suppose
Yeah.
we manage to put the knight here over the king's head. The knight here would be called a monster knight if the opponent cannot force it to move out, right?
Mm, yeah, sure.
So similarly, the bishop is called dragon when it's on a solid diagonal. So you were talking about that the position looks scary, but the thing is that you have a dragon on this diagonal, and when it opens up, it is too much powerful, and white does not have that thing. He cannot go here and here. It will take just too much time. So,
Mhm.
all right. One more thing about chess is that when we are learning the chess at advanced level, chess is not the game of middle opening, middle game, and end game that we can play whatever in middle opening and then rush to uh, inter middle game and then end game. It's not about that. It's
Mhm.
only for basics and beginners. At advanced level, chess becomes move by move. Every move is losing and every move is winning. Right
Mhm.
now, if you make just one move, a normal looking move, you will just lose your all advantage, pressure, and everything and lose the game. So you have to play all the winning moves if you want to win a game. So every move is a chess game in itself at advanced level. Every move.
Mhm.
So there are many pros and cons in this situation. And okay, the knight goes here. Now we want to break the center. How do we do it? And how do we keep this minus 0.4 advantage? So what to start with? All right. Now,
Mhm.
one more important thing about chess is that we want to keep attacking, right? If our move is not attacking, that means it is not creating a pressure. That means it is not creating a forcing. It is not forcing the opponent. And if we are not attacking, then we are already losing, right? So
Yeah.
if you want
That's,
to tighten the grip over the game, your every move should be attacking, and every move has a tactic or target or plan. Okay. So the center is here. We want to develop these two guys. The game is equal. So how do we attack the center now?
I'm saying the move f6.
F6. All right. F6 directly attack the E5 pawn. That's one thing.
Yeah.
Second thing is F6 creates double attack on the pawn. Double defenders are there, takes, and the knight will be defending it. Then we can just take out the knight and create an attack on the pawn also.
Pawn. Yeah.
Yeah. So F6 immediately puts double attack on the E5 pawn. Now, if he ignores it, suppose he goes like bishop D3 or bishop E2 to castle,
Mhm.
we can just take it. He takes it back. Now, this has created a weak isolated pawn on E5, which is already attacked
Yeah.
by the bishop.
The only defender
Only,
is knight.
only defender is knight that we can just try to remove by bishop here.
Yeah.
Or we can start attacking it with the knight, double attack.
Mhm.
Now the bishop f4 is forced to defend the pawn. Now it's a
But rook
blunder.
takes bishop.
Rook takes bishop, obviously. So that's your compensation for the game.
Mhm.
Now there's no defense for this pawn and he has to lose it. So all he can do is to try to attack on our
Isolated pawn.
exactly. So he will try to attack on e7 because this is now defenseless. Now,
Yeah.
if we take this, he can just take it and we take it with the check. He has to take it and then we can take it. So when we take it, he cannot immediately to take. He cannot take the e7
Because
pawn.
bishop is hanging.
Bishop is also hanging. Yeah, true. And
Yeah.
the knight is also there. So bishop is also there. Good move. So he cannot take the e7 pawn. So he
Yeah.
has to take the knight first. That's one thing.
Mhm. Yeah.
Now he's ready to take the pawn here, and we have to take the knight first. That's one move. So we have to take the knight first because obviously we lost a knight here. So we have to take it back first. Now he will go and take the pawn. Now what do we do? Our rook is under attack, and we are attacking the pawn here, which is defended by the knight. So what do we do? Just think about it. We do not want any engine set. We
Yeah.
just want to solve it ourselves. So it's obvious that we want to defend the rook first, right?
Yeah.
We cannot afford to lose a rook, because even if we take it and he takes it back, we're losing on the bishop on the spot. So
Yeah.
nothing has to do with the bishop or the this nothing gives a check. So what about if we go here and
Yeah.
save the rook first? Now rook attacks the bishop, he has to defend the bishop. That's one thing. So bishop can go back here and here or here. So suppose the bishop goes back here to try to defend the pawn. Now we have successfully broken the center, right? And maybe
Yes.
we are up a pawn or not,
Yeah.
not up a pawn. He has three and two, five pawns, and we also have five pawns. Yeah. So we do not have pawns here. So now we have broken the center. Now what should we do? What do we have in our
His king
favor?
is in center.
Just
We
give me a
can.
second. Just give me a second.
Yeah.
Think
Yeah.
about
Yeah. Sure. No problem.
All right. So we were here. Okay, on this position. All right, the center is broken, and now we are fighting for an advantage. So
Yeah.
we want to attack on the weakness, right? We want to attack on the weakness. So what is the weakness for white here?
This king is in the center.
Yeah, that's one thing. But how can we see the major pieces are exchanged? So king remaining in the center does not do much.
Mm-hmm.
So now we want to attack a weakness. What is the weakness?
And our bishop looks so strong. We can double the rook on f5 also. But first we need to develop maybe.
Yes. So this rook is developed, bishop is developed. This knight is not developed. This bishop is can be developed, and then the rook can come. So if we develop the knight here on d6, then c5 can come,
Yeah.
and then we have to move the knight back. So now we can exchange the active piece also, like bishop f5 with the bishop. We can try to exchange the active pieces here. That's one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Or we can start attacking the knight. The knight then can come on c3 or e3.
Yeah.
So let's go with bishop f5.
But it's inaccuracy.
It is, yeah, inaccuracy, not a good move because the bishops can be exchanged like this, but we have some advantage over here. We need to find it out. So we don't want an exchange right now. We want something else. We want an advantage. So the king cannot castle here. That's one thing. King can
Yeah.
only castle on the long side.
Mm-hmm.
So what we can do is we can try to bring the rook in the game, and we can play a move like this also, which is also a good move but inaccuracy because something better is available. Bishop here is also winning. It's still -1 for us, but there's something better over here. Knight d6 attacks the pawn immediately, and if the bishop takes, we can take with the pawn. That's one thing.
But instead of bishop takes, he can push the pawn and attack our knight.
Yeah, c5 is an idea here. C5 can come,
Then maybe we can play
and
knight
then
f
bishop
knight f.
c4 is a threat.
Yeah.
Bishop c4 is also a threat.
Now
So
we can develop our bishop, right? I mean, if he takes our pawn, if he takes a knight, we can take his bishop, light square bishop to f7. If bishop takes bishop, now we can take
yeah,
bishop with knight.
exactly.
Yeah.
So now bishop takes, and then we have to take with the knight,
Mm.
or the bishop can just go on e2. Now we have this move, which is knight e4 attacking the pawn.
After knight e4, bishop can pin a rook, right?
No, bishop can pin the rook. Bishop c4. Okay, that's one thing. Now there's something here. What is that? We can start an attack on the rook, but if he takes it, we take it, so it won't work. He can take it. So the right now the threat is bishop on bishop takes f7. And how do we defend it?
There is a difference. Of course. I don't know. See.
So what is the idea here? Knight cannot go here because the knight is sitting.
Yeah.
Things are there. So bishop comes here, the bishop can take it. So there's no defense for this pin. So we need to attack something.
Mhm.
Like we can take this and the bishop takes it.
Knight G3, maybe
Knight,
G3, G3,
knight c3 can take it.
Knight G3.
Knight g3 attacking, the pawn takes it, bishop takes it, and then king has to come here.
Okay. Then rook check,
We have rook
knight
here,
blocks.
it can come here. Then we have this move. Okay, so this diagonal is blocked, and this will be blocked too. So the king will have no place to go. Knight
Mhm.
g3. No, it's not a good. Bishop check. No, both happen. There is some defense for this bishop move. What is it? Let's try to find the idea here, which is bishop comes here.
Oh,
Now we just lost the rook for free, and that's exactly what engine does. So now the rook can come here. This can come here. Okay, that's engine's line basically. So we will not go knight e4 right now.
of course, no human will try to
We,
play
we, we
this.
we need to look for the human ways.
Yeah.
That's why I was not interested in just starting the engine at first. Keep it closed. So we were basically here after knight d6.
I think we're not supposed to allow that pawn push.
Pawn push, exactly, because the if the knight d6 comes, then the knight has to move obviously, and if the knight moves here, he will just come here, and it's a problem. So knight d6 is not the move here. That's one thing.
Maybe we can develop the knight at G7.
Knight at g7, or first we can just move this rook from here.
Yeah, of course.
We do not want the spin. We
Yeah.
want the advantage, but not at the cost of our rook, because we are not engines.
Mhm.
Nobody is. So try for a safer way. So the safer way would be like developing the bishop here, which gives 1 - 1. See 1.2 and 1.3 maybe
Mhm.
advantage, and it's still winning.
Mhm. Yeah.
That's totally fine. We, we are not. We do not want any fancy lines, so it's fine. As long as we understand it, it's fine.
Yeah. Sure.
Now, before even bishop here, what we could do is we could try to exchange this bishop, but the c5 comes. That's a problem. So this bishop doesn't work. So bishop f5, and now if this comes, now we have something which is this bishop check. Bishop goes here. We can take the knight and then give a check here. So
No, let's not take the knight. Yes. Let's calculate. Mm.
bishop is under attack.
So bishop's under attack.
So when did we give up the pawn? Did we give up a pawn? No.
Yes.
We traded it.
Yeah, we traded it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the pawns are equal, so we did not give up a pawn.
Mm.
So we are just fine
Mm.
with the equal game also. So bishop f5 to just develop the bishop because there is no usual threat, and we are winning right now. That's one thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now what white can do?
Why can White should bring the rook into the game maybe, but
White
h2
can
cannot move because the pawn is hanging.
again just take it and then take this too.
Yeah.
Or we can start the development by knight here. Because if c5 comes, then we have bishop f5.
Yeah.
Bishop goes to e2, and then we have knight e4.
Mm. Yeah.
Solid and safe place. Now this move can come attacking the bishop, which creates a weakness. Bishop can just move back. This pawn is under attack, so he has to play this. And now it's a fall. So the king has to move. Now we can take the bishop, or we can just play this move also. Yes. This move works. Or if we take the bishop, he takes it back. Keep the moves forcing. That's one thing.
Yeah.
Now bishop check to remove the bishop, right? So it has to go somewhere like this. Now we will bring the rook into the game. Like this. And he comes here. Now what?
Mm.
Now we are already up a pawn. We just want to exchange the piece and win the game.
Yeah.
That's humanly approach. Now the knight can come here, which can be taken by our bishop. The knight can come here and here. Here it can be taken by the rook. The threat is c5, c6,
Yes.
and bishop is also attacked.
Maybe we can play rook e8.
Rook e8, yeah, it solves this at this threat also. So rook
Yeah.
e8 is good move, very nice. Now he has to move back because he does not want to go into the discovered check.
Discovered it here.
So now this move can come, and if he takes it, discovered
Bishop
check takes.
takes pawn. Yeah, of course. That's powerful move.
And if he does not go, we can just take the rook. So now we can just go here, and he goes here, and now we just pick up the rook. So if he goes here, we are still winning. We can just take it. No, rook takes it. Okay, the game becomes somehow equal. We do not want this rook to be activated. So
I think our bishop pair is a little advantage for us. We're not
yes,
supposed to trade it maybe.
now we can just give a check here
Yeah.
to continue the game. It has to move back. We can take now. If he takes, we can give a check. No. Okay, because it attacks the rook.
Our bishop is also hanging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we give this check. The king goes here. Now what? Yeah. Now we could put the rook here to attack this because it is pegged.
But
The
knight
knight is,
takes.
yeah. Okay. So the idea was to put the knight here. Yeah. Sorry, rook here. So the knight stays blocked. That's one idea.
Yeah. Sure.
So we can just put the bishop back maybe. Yeah, bishop back. Now if the knight moves, so knight has to move. Otherwise he cannot go here or here, and the rook is about to come here.
I mean, the knight is kind of trapped. Knight. Wherever the knight moves, bishop can take. And that will
So
be a double the pawn.
knight has to move. We will take it, or we can give a check. The king has only, suppose the king goes here. Now this diagonal is blocked. This is blocked. If we go here, he has to come here. All right. So this is tricky position. This is like end game. We can think and find the plan. It's already
Yeah.
winning. We can do it.
Uh,
Not a
Yeah.
problem.
Mhm.
So let's go back to our opening preparation.
Yeah.
D4 comes, we play knight f6, c4. Now suppose knight f3 comes, we play g6, e3 comes, we go here. And now no matter what he does, like go here or here, we just castle and it's all good. All he can do is to play this, and the game is equal. Now we can push d6 and stop it, and the bishop will come here. That's the usual continuation. So now what problem exactly comes in King's Indian defense? So knight f3, we go here, e5, we castle, f4. Now what do we do? Because e6 is about to come, so we play d6, and e5 still comes. We take, he takes, and now we just go back. Or is there something better to do? We can definitely go here and here. What about if we go here? Not a good move. Can we force down back? It's not a good move either because it just blocks, traps the knight.
Yeah.
So we can immediately attack. No, we cannot because the queen can come here to attack this pawn.
Maybe we can play knight d7 and then preparing c4. I mean c5.
Yeah, knight d7 works. Yeah, so we didn't have the knight d7 option when we played the first opening when e5 came. So we went just back because the pawn was here. And
Yeah.
now we have d7, so it's better to put it on d7 rather than e8 only.
Hmm.
Okay, so now we know that if the knight goes on e8, we have this f6 square again for the knight.
Yeah.
f6, and knight just comes back, and it only makes the pawn isolated. So the thing is, if the knight jumps here on e8, we want the knight to go back on f6. That's the one square. And the same thing goes here also, that if the knight goes on d7, we want to put it on f6 again. Right. So now what are the threats? The threat is
Now
this.
I'm seeing e6 is also a. I don't think that is a threat, but it can force us
E6
isolated pawn.
not a threat. Doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
we can
We
take
can have
f6.
this isolated pawn, no problem.
Hmm.
If d5 comes, we have double attacks, so it's not a
Yeah.
problem either. So the threat for white is our c5 because c5 comes, and if d5 goes, then we can just take on e5. That's
Yeah.
one threat. And c5 come, if it takes, then we can again take on e5, then try to get back the pawn on c5.
Yeah.
So
Sure.
this is just winning for us. So he suppose he wants to go knight f3 to defend the pawn. He will not push anything. And now we can start to break the center with c5 because we have double attack on e5.
Yeah.
So if he goes here, we can immediately start taking the in the center. That's one thing. And if he takes it, now again we can take in the center, right? We can just take, and takes. So see how solid this King's Indian defense is, that white cannot do anything other than just pushing the pawns in the opening, and then he just waits for us to attack and break the center totally, destroy the center.
Mhm. Yeah.
And it is one of the most favorite openings of Bobby Fischer. He used to
Oh.
play King's Indian Defense. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
King's Indian Defense is only famous for Bobby Fischer, as far as I know. A lot of many players also played it in the past, but Bobby Fischer explicitly, said about this that it's a very good opening for him.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what other? Now I will play as black, right, and you play as white, and tell me that what exact problems can come during this d4 knight f6. Now, what do
Yeah.
you think will is a threat to black?
Threat is that white. We are giving white a chance to grab a center. There
Yes.
is
So
not
what will
immediate threat. We can re-grab that center. So yeah, it's not
exactly?
immediate threat.
Yeah. So what is the next move? Suppose c4 comes,
C4.
g6. Now knight c3 or knight f3. Okay, no matter if knight c3 comes or knight f3 comes, because this knight will always come on f3, and this knight will always come on c3. That's one thing for sure.
Yeah.
So in both the cases, we are going to reach the same position.
Mm-hmm.
No matter knight f3 or knight c3 comes, whatever comes first, whichever comes first. So even if we go knight f3, bishop c6, and then knight c3, we castle, and then
C6.
e5.
E4. Yeah.
e5, and then we will push d6 to stop the here. And if white is intelligent, he will not start to push. He will just play bishop
We
d3,
just develop. Yeah.
yeah, and try to castle. Now, what you do in this situation? Because white has not entered your territory on e5, he just staying in his area, e4, d4, c4. building creating a good center in his area only. So what is your plan now
Plan as white,
as black?
as black. As black is to break a center and try to develop my coincide pieces.
Yes, so your knight is undeveloped and your bishop can be developed. Now one thing to notice about this bishop is that queen here will attack it,
Yeah,
but
sure.
not a good problem because b6 can just stop it because king is safe.
Yeah.
So what about if we just go with this? So before it was 0.3, and when we play bishop on g1 0.4, so doesn't matter, it's a normal good move, not
Yeah.
a mistake. Now what will happen is he will immediately push this h3, asking you to go back or take it. Now what will you do? So going back is not an option if you have come so far, right? It's just
Yeah.
if you have been
I think it's better
supporting.
to take.
Exactly, take this. So it's 0-0. And suppose if you go back, it's plus for him because you just wasted a move. So we also don't
Yeah.
want that. Because if we play bishop to g4, we want to take it. We take it, and he obviously takes with the queen.
I mean,
The
he is
game is
already
over.
so developed. If we give him so much time now, it will be advantageous for him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now the queen comes here. Now only piece we have left with is this knight, which is not developed. And we can definitely attack the center with c5 or e5 whenever we want. So there are two options now, either to attack in the center immediately or develop the knight first. So without c5, the knight cannot be developed here. It can only be developed here, right?
Yeah.
So let's try with this option. Suppose we go here and try to develop it. So it's 0.6 and it says that it is bad for black because black can, now what you do? Suppose he will just castle, and now what you do? You push e5,
Yeah.
he will just go here d5, and if you push this, he can just come here, and then if you take it, the knight can take it, and it's just good, or even the pawn can take it. Simply, he will just keep you closed, and you have very less space. So no, you don't want the knight here right now. You
So we
want it.
shall play immediate c4 or e5, e5 or c5.
Suppose you play e5. Again the problem is this, that d5 will come. E5 doesn't work because e5 comes, d5 comes, and now you cannot break the center because only c6 is you have, right? And even if you suppose he castles, and even if you take it, he will just take it back, and then you cannot break the center very easily.
Yeah.
How will you break it? You cannot break from this side, but you can always break the center from this side. So what about c5? We have equal, so c5 0.5, e5 0.9. So c5 is better. So if c5 comes, he takes it, then the game is just equal. Just take it back and the game is equal. And if he goes here, then it's again 0.5. And then I think you start putting the knight here and then try to play e6. So he castles and you go e6 to break it. And he will like go here, take here, he just comes here, and then knight e5 you have. No, you don't have. Why not? Because you have three
Our
attacks.
knight is pressured.
Yeah. No, you
Yeah.
have three attacks here.
Yes.
Cannot
Our
remove.
knight is in pressure.
Yeah. So all you can do here now is that, and you cannot also remove your queen. That's one thing. Yeah. So that's why it's 0.5 for now. So you cannot take the pawn. After this, you can go here, and now he will try to suppose take this. It's a blunder. Okay, he has to save the queen. The queen goes on e2. You take the bishop. Queen comes here, and now you take this. It's a problem because this knight is stuck. So what exactly is the move here? If
Maybe E6.
A6 is not also not good. You have to maintain the 0.0
Mm-hmm.
because it doesn't solve anything.
Yeah.
The threat is bishop coming on g5. So suppose if you play this, doesn't work. All these moves don't work here. Means they work, they're good, they're equal. 0.5 is nothing, right? It's nothing.
Yeah,
But
yeah, of
still,
course.
we want this 0.0 move
Mm-hmm.
because we know that we are in pressure. We don't have that advantage. We want to keep it as equal as possible.
Yeah.
So what is the move here? So the threat is bishop g7, and it is saying that knight comes on d7. So you can break the center with f5.
Oh,
Now
okay.
if he goes here, so you can just take the bishop. So he has to defend it, and now you double attack it. So he has to play d5, and now it is saying to just take
Take.
the knight, takes. So he cannot castle here, and then you want to put your knight here. So
Yeah.
you can take this bishop.
Yeah.
So suppose if we do not go for this variation and instead we go here, then it's equal move. Queen goes e4. We try to break it, and then he just castles. We take, he takes. Now what is the idea? Is it f4, f5? No, because f5 has no support here right now. E6? No, e6 is not because becomes pawn becomes weak. So the idea is rook here. Or can we take the bishop? Yeah, we can take.
Yeah.
Now we want to double attack on the knight. Rook comes. Now knight goes here. If bishop takes, queen takes. So that's how the game goes on. But let's go back to the basic opening.
Mm.
So this is the position, and the main threat is bishop coming on g5 to pin the knight.
Yeah.
So if you try to avoid it, it makes the position a little bit weak for you because now this pawn has only one defender. Queen will go back and come here and then
Mm.
try to attack it,
Mhm.
maybe with the pawns and all that.
Yeah.
So h6 is not recommended. So he's saying that just go back and do not allow it to come here. Now, if it comes here anyway, you just take. And knight d7 also attacks the d5, d4 pawn immediately. d4 comes. You take this, we take it back. Now knight here, queen e2. Now knight takes the bishop, takes. And now knight d7. So it is not about breaking the center right now. It was only about dealing with this threat
Mhm.
because it just locks it and we will not be able to play e6. Castles, knight c5. Black is saying that do not hurry, do not rush to break the center right away because you can develop your pieces and they are getting exchanged.
Yeah.
Queen goes here, just play e5. If he takes, knight takes back, f4, and then just normal development. In this position, do not take with this pawn because it will open up the file.
Yeah.
Instead, just move your rook, knight. Now, he can play this, you can take this, or he can just take it. And you can take it with this also, or with this. Bishop goes here. Now we'll attack on the center, and that's all.
Mm.
Yes. Just give me a second. All right. So in this game, the opening was there in this position. It's not about breaking the center, and it's also not about developing the pieces. No, it's about developing the pieces,
Mm-hmm.
not immediately breaking the center. And it was about dealing with this threat because the queen is here attacking the knight. Bishop comes, it gives two attackers, and then we cannot play e6. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
So knight comes here, attacking the d4 pawn. That's how the game goes on. All right. So it was just an introductory class for the King's Indian defense. Till your
Mm-hmm.
next class, play as many games as you can with
Yeah,
King's
sure.
Indian defense. And in tomorrow's, in the next session, we are going to start Alekhine's defense also against e4. So no
Mm-hmm.
matter if your opponent plays e4 or d4, you are going to start the game with knight f6
Yeah,
as
sure.
prime.
Mm-hmm.
And then we will dive deep into this uh, opening and try to learn as many advanced concepts about all the moves, and it will definitely make our game better, right?
Yeah, sure, of course.
So
Sure.
now you know that how to play King's Indian games and what are the main key concepts like, and you
Mm-hmm.
know the formations and all that what can possibly can come f4
Yeah.
and queen, and then what do we need to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
So just play, we will analyze all the games, and we will learn more. And
Mm-hmm.
within a
Yeah.
few sessions, you will see that your rating is increasing.
Yeah, sure, of course.
All right. So see you in
Okay.
the next session. Good night.
Yes, coach. Good night. Bye.